I was on the run for 3 years. Once I was on the run, I have to have a driver's license, right? Like they're looking for Matt Cox. And I actually figured out how to go into the DMV and get them to issue me IDs. So I started, first I put ads in newspapers and people are calling to apply for loans. And I'm just getting their information that way. The problem is I talked to one or two people who had actually lost their licenses before for like DUIs. And I thought, I don't want to be driving around with someone's driver's license in South Carolina, and this guy's lost his license in Florida, and of course they're going to know when they run my license, like, hey, this guy has got a suspended license, right? Because they'll suspend them everywhere at that time because they have the hub system. Because there's certain things they're just letting everybody know. What I started doing was I thought I need to be able to get a driver's license in people's names that aren't using them. So I started surveying homeless people. So it's horrible. So I make a survey form and I go out to homeless people and I said, hey, I'm a statistical surveyor. I'm doing surveys for the Salvation Army to try and determine where we place our next homeless facility. And it pays $20. They're like, I'm not interested. I go, no, it pays $20 cash right now. And they'd be like, $20 cash? I go, yeah. And I show them the money, put it back in my pocket. And they go, yeah, what do you need? Like name, date of birth, social security number, mother's maiden name. You ever registered to vote? Correct. You ever been had a passport? Right. What states have you had ID? Like all things you should never answer. Yeah, right. And just and be like, okay, here's $20. Thank you very much. And I leave and then I just go online and I'd order their birth certificate and then, their social security card, their, I'd get that information in and then I'd go into a state where they didn't have a driver's license and I'd order like their...
Get a driver's license.
Right. Yeah. I ordered a copy of certified copy of their high school transcripts, and then you just walk in and you say, hey, here's my voter's registration. Yeah. Here's my social. Here's my birth certificate. And
I'm not black anymore, but yeah.
Took his retirement and went and bought a laundromat. Smart guy. He looks at the books and they're solid. Yeah. Like it looks great. So he's like, I want $300,000, let's say. Buys the place from the guy. And almost immediately, he's not making nearly what this guy was making. And so then he ends up saying, okay, well, you know what? Maybe the employees are stealing from me. So he ends up letting like two of the employees go and starts working all the hours pretty much himself. He and like his wife or his kid, right? Whoever. Then he, that's not working. And then he starts running a few more ads. And then he just starts doing all these things. He struggles for 6 months to a year. And after a year, he's basically pulling more money out of his savings account, his retirement fund, to make the bills. Like after a year, he's basically breaking even. Mm-hmm. And he realizes, like, I'm basically working for nothing at this point. So he said, you know what? And he closes the whole thing up and it's done. He closes. A few years later, he's reading the newspaper and he sees the guy that he bought the laundromat from got indicted. For the past 15 years, he's been running 2 or 3 laundromats at one time. He would run them for 3 or 4 years and then he'd sell them. But he was laundering money money for dealers or traffickers or what distributors, whoever it was. He's running their money through partly to get like 10% of the money is his. But his real goal was to build up the portfolio for the business taxes for the actual business. Because he's like, look, I can run an extra $500,000 through my laundromat and I can pay taxes on it. But after 3 years of doing that, it looks extremely profitable on paper. Mm-hmm. And I can just sell it. And I'll make $300,000 and stick $300,000 in my pocket. So
if you believe that Jeffrey Epstein killed himself in that cell, you're crazy.
I admit it's extremely suspicious, but
the cameras you can't do that.
I hear you, but cameras do often not work. I can't imagine. Here's my biggest problem. My biggest problem is not the camera's not working. It's not the guy's falling asleep. Here's my biggest problem with the whole situation is how do you get somebody else into the entire prison, into that wing, into that cell to kill him with other inmates? You think they can't do it?
What do you think about him maybe telling the CEO, I thought this scenario, hey, I'll give you a couple $1 million, give me something to kill myself with?
Or what I thought it was all. No? Also, what about the other? There was another inmate in there, like
before he was in the box.
Telling that inmate to kill him.
And that guy died of a heart attack in a cab that was going to go on a show. Hey, want to hear how sick that is?
That's odd.
Oh, he died of a heart attack in the back of a cab 3 days before he's supposed to go get interview and tell everything that Epstein told him. He magically dies in a cab. Wow, what a coincidence. They have a thing called a heart attack gun. You know that?
No.
Oh, yeah. It's real. Makes you have a heart attack.
I think the problem
This is
with
the government, bro. You cannot with them to a certain extent. They will make you vanish, bro. It's too much of a coincidence. I'm sorry.
Okay, and that I'll give you. It's too much of a coincidence.
Come
but what
on.
I am saying is cameras don't work, guards fall asleep.
Right.
So, my problem is I would have to be like, how would you get it had to be somebody in the prison with him there to pull that off. It has to be a guard. It has to be another inmate there.
I can see those
you
scenarios.
Can't get all the way into the prison.
I believe someone had him killed, or I believe he asked the guy to give him, like, I'll pay you because CEOs take money all the time for bribes in there, especially in there. Yo, he's a billionaire. I'll give you X, Y, and Z. Just give me something to kill myself with. I don't want to live. And the guard did it. I could see that. There's no way he actually did it himself, though. Someone helped him.
The other problem is he's a narcissist. A narcissist just don't kill themselves. They just never kill themselves.
Selling drugs is probably more addictive than even using.
Yeah, it's got a huge recidivism rate. Fraud's got a huge recidivism rate because once you've done it and you see how easy it is, it's like, oh, I can't. I'm supposed to go work I'm working at the gym at like
McDonald's.
Yeah, exactly. In the halfway house, I'm cleaning toilets at a gym, and I'm thinking, oh man, I mean, I could fill out some paperwork. I could, get a little chunk of money. Just a little bit. Just
start me a business.
Start me off.
Just to get a boost.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're always looking for that boost. Everybody needs that little jump start. And it's amazing that we as a society hasn't set up a system where people can get that jump start.
Did you ever think? Because I get asked this question all the time. Was there like a number that you thought? Well, once I get this much money,
my number kept changing.
Have you heard that?
Because I was. You're talking about a kid from South Central who mom was on welfare. I probably had never saw $300 before. So now you're talking about making $5,000 a day, $10,000 a day, $20,000 a day. Mm-hmm. So when I first started, I wanted to make $5,000. That was my goal. Me and my partner, we're gonna make $5,000. We're gonna fix our low riders up. We're gonna get us some wheels, buy low riders.
And then you're gonna stop.
We're gonna stop.
Yeah. Right.
And then we're gonna live in my mom's garage. We had fixed my mom's garage up, put some little beds in there. We just gonna, just hang out in the garage and low ride and chase girls every day.
Yeah, mine was. It started with if I just get 100,000, and then when I had the 100,000, then it was like, if I could just get like 400, 500,000.
100,000 gonna make your money easier.
Very quickly, them asking me to provide information turned into, okay, we're gonna give you this. I want you to put it in his food, and it was like some grainy substance. I don't know. It was like in a little baggie. They wanted me to put it in his food. And I remember I was so scared. I was scared that he was going to find it on me. Because I didn't just throw it away. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to put it deep in some drawer or something. I was never going to use it, but I didn't know what to do with it. And so really quickly, we were going to have dinner one night, right? And we were going to cook together, but then John got busy on the phone. And so, I was hungry. So I went ahead and cooked. And he came out of the bedroom and he stopped in the doorway and he was like, oh, you cooked.
I'm not eating that.
And I was like, yeah, I was hungry. And so I said, do you want some? And he's like, yeah, sure, I'll take some. And so he's watching me. So what I did was I just stirred everything, gave it a big stir, right? So he could see everything's mixed together. And I took my food and made him, a plate. And so what he did, it was broccoli and I think some sort of pasta and chicken, right? So he took a little bit of each and was like tossing it to the dog, right? And he later would tell me that he did this because he knew that I loved the dog and I would never poison the dog. So